Hey, what's up all you lovely learners in learning land? Tyler from tenthumsbproductions coming at you with another guitar tutorial like we do every single Monday. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today we're doing an introduction to the fingerstyle guitar playing, which is the harmony and the melody at the same time. This particular style can be intimidating, but don't worry, we're gonna take all the scariness out of it, and this is a great place for you to get started. And even though we're just learning Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you can apply the ideas that you learn in this lesson today to more complicated melodies. Even the longest journey starts with the first step, and even the tastiest style starts with the first riff. Printable tabs for this tutorial and all our tutorials by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes, links below as well. But we'll have all the tabs on the screen as well. So all you need to learn is your guitar, brain, and attention span. Once you have those three things, follow me on in and let's learn how to play some fingerstyle guitar. Come on in, let's do it. Alright, so this style of music is called fingerstyle. You'll also hear it referred to as chord melody. And I think a better description though would be melody chord, because you really want to have an intimate relationship with the melody before you start to harmonize it. So let's learn the melody first. It sounds like this. Okay, and you can use the tabs to figure that out. I'm not going to go into detail for the note for note melody. Feel free to pause that and play along with it, print out the tabs. But you're also going to see the melody as we start to harmonize it. So let's talk about how to harmonize it, and we're going to do this 2 measures at a time. Okay, so let's harmonize the very first 2 measures. I'll play them for you, and they'll sound like this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using my thumb to strum through these strings, but I'm stopping on this C string. And I'm almost using this E string like a trapeze. Your ear is going to hear the highest note and it's going to gravitate towards the highest note. So, for example, if I strum the whole thing, you hear that high E. Sounds good. But if I but your ear hears that high E. And if the melody is the C, you want your thumb to stop there. After that, I'm going to go up and I'm going to use my thumb and my index finger to play just the bass note, 3rd fret of the A string, 1st fret of the B string. Now if you wanted to here, you could use multiple strings as long as this one's the highest one. So you could, for example, use your middle finger on the B string and your index finger on the G string if you wanted to give it a little more meat and a little more harmony. Just make sure your melody note's the highest note. Okay, so we get our pinky down on the 3rd fret here, the G note of this same chord. C has a G, the C chord has a G note in it. So this is just a chord tone. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll strum through with our thumb through all the strings, and then come up and use our thumb on the A string and our index finger on the high E. And then we need an A note in an F chord. So we're going to make this D shape. You got D, D sharp, E, F. But the F doesn't have the bass in it, just so you know. And you're going to use your thumb and strum through just these 3 strings. Then your index finger and you're gonna grab that A note again, and then back to that C shape with your pinky on the 3rd fret, and you strum all the way through. There is one more beat there, and that last beat has no melody, so what you do is you just give a light grazing to the strings. It's a strum, but you don't want the melody to pop there, so I use more of my nail, and I can even use extra fingers sometimes, but it's very light. Okay? So those first 4 measures really slow. I'm sorry, the first 2 measures really slow. Okay, those are the very first 2 measures. So and now these styles, these techniques that we're using, hearing the highest note, bass and melody, strumming through with our thumb, we're gonna see for the rest of the song. So why don't you go ahead and jump into the next 2 measures. All right, so now we're gonna focus on some stuff up here we got going. This part, the melody goes. So we're gonna make a G7. We're gonna strum all the way through. Now if you can't get your thumb up there in time for the bass, you can just strum through with your thumb and then play just the melody. And our melody notes this first fret here. Then C string. I'm sorry, C chord with an E note melody this time. So we get. Then we're gonna make a G chord, but the melody is this D note. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, pinky on the 3rd fret of that high E, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, and your pointer on the 2nd fret of the A string. You're going to strum all the way through with your thumb. But see how my thumb is catching there? Because my thumb doesn't want to play that high E string. And then to a C, but this time the melody is here, so our thumb again will catch it without playing that high note. So we get. So those 2 measures, and we're halfway through the song. One more time. All right, very good. Okay, so the next part of the melody is going to go. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to the C string that we made, C chord that we've made, pinky on that high E, our G7 from our last thing that we just learned, again with the melody being on that high E, C chord, and then back to this new G shape with the melody on the 3rd fret of the B string. So with this part we get. It repeats itself. Okay, and that would repeat itself. And then we're going to do the end is the same as the way we started out. So the ending is just going to go. All right, so let's put all that together and you got your first fingerstyle arrangement. Now these techniques work for any single song. All you have to do is learn the melody, know the chords, so that way you know what chord shapes are going to harmonize your melody, and those are 2 techniques to get your melody to pop. Okay, so the whole tune from the top. Alright, whole thing from the top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you have it, your very first fingerstyle arrangement. Remember that these styles can be applied to any melody. You just need to first learn the melody, and then look up the chords that sit over that melody and figure out how to put them together, these thumb strums and plucking these techniques, and remember that you can also use more fingers if you want, are a great foundation. Alright everybody, enjoy this engrossing style and have fun and enjoy where it takes you. Who knows? You could end up doing some really cool stuff with it. And until next time, have a lovely day. Cool everybody, thank you so much for watching to the very end. We appreciate you here at tenthumsbpro.com. Again, remember these ideas you can now apply to any song. You just need to know the melody and the harmony, and you can do that by downloading sheet music. You can do that by using your ear, all kinds of ways to do that. But it's really important that you know what we learned today is not limited to just this arrangement. Again, think about becoming a Patreon. You can also get 10 Thumbs t-shirts up in those notes. Skype Lessons 1-on-1 if interested as well. Go ahead and email me. And if nothing else, please subscribe, and we'll see you next Monday for a guitar tutorial where we can keep helping you on your guitar journey. See you then and have a lovely day. Take care.